Welcome in to Bobcat Live. We are inside Rosie's at Wayward Social.
Today's game on KFJB-tv is brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Laurel Diesel Services, Calvin Rocket, your Marshalltown Hy-Vee, Central State Bank. To tip-off on your home for the Bobcats, KFJB-tv.
George Funk Court plays host to the Bobcats and the Rams tonight here on KFJB-tv. I'm Brandon Lewis, Dylan Dose alongside me. Great to have you with us tonight and reunited, and it feels so good, Dylan.
Feels tremendous. I didn't know if you remembered how to do this, and I now am sharing the spotlight, and I've never been so happy.
You might have to work me back in baby steps.
That's right. All you need to know, this is the Conference of Champions hosting the CIML.
That is true. An old foe, the Southeast Polk Rams in town. Alan Jenkins makes the trip up. These two teams going to meet in postseason play on Monday night. It's a really good test to kind of see where these two teams are at.
It was really interesting last night on Bobcat Live. Talked to Coach Apple about this, is when you see an adjustment you want to make, is this something that you maybe just put in your back pocket and you just play out tonight's game since Monday's around the corner? You don't want to show your hand? Or that natural thing is you want to win every game you're a part of? A really interesting chess match that we almost never see at the high school level.
And the Rams, make no bones about it, only 5 wins. But, boy, the CIML, one tough conference to play, and the Bobcats know that as well as anybody.
And you go down there, throw away the records. There's a reason why we're going to Southeast Polk on Monday, and they're not coming to Marshalltown, though we have 4 more wins. Really all starts with Bodie Goodman. We'll talk a little bit about him more later. He started since a freshman. And when Bobcats beat him by almost 30 here 2 years ago, he was held to 4 points. But he really came on, along with departed senior Riley Edwards last year, and the Bobcats were just sideways the last month of last year, and it all came to roost in a drubbing down in Altoona.
Technically 5 more wins because the Bobcats picked up another victory this week, and they didn't even have to play a game.
So does that – we were talking about this earlier. So it does count, so it makes it 10-10. And what Brandon's talking about is Des Moines Roosevelt forfeited 9 wins from earlier this year by using an ineligible player. When they found out that he was an ineligible, it wasn't like a 46-year-old guy making up a fake high school, but they found he was ineligible. They rescinded those wins, and that would make the Bobcats
back to your Little League days.
That's right. Well, Little League days, because of that, I was 36. I really hit from power from both sides of the plate. I could clear 150 all day long.
Plenty more coming up on the countdown to tip-off. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
As you walk inside, you know right away the place for fun is Wayward Social. There's always plenty of bowling action, so plan for your next outing to include bowling at Wayward Social. Also, meet your friends for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. You will also absolutely love their daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, including endless pizza by the slice. You choose the toppings. Wayward Social is now open at 11:30 a.m., 7 days a week. Wayward Social on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Time to take a look around the Conference of Champions. Dylan, not a whole lot going on tonight, but earlier this week, you mentioned it. It was Ames and Southeast Polk, and that was a 60-54 win as Southeast Polk lost to the Ames Little Cyclones as they were in Ames for that game. I think that's probably a good comparison, kind of to keep your eye on. Bobcats a week ago kind of got blown out 64-25 in that game. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out tonight.
The interesting thing about that game, it kind of even played out, though it was much, much closer. Southeast Polk jumped out in that first quarter, and then Ames anacondaed them the rest of the game. That's similar to what happened against Marshalltown, though. You're looking at some of those. You get Southeast Polk 1-9. You see that earlier game. But then you have some cool matchups. You don't have a lot of them, but you have some good matchups. Probably the two best games of the year for Marshalltown, the win over Waterloo West at home, the win against Waterloo East at home. Those two are matched up here tonight as East takes on West at Waterloo West High School. And then you have Roncalli at Lewis Central. When you get a river school, they play teams from not your state. And so we're going to call it Roncalli. It's a Southeast Turkish team. Yeah, it's there, right there. Roncalli.
Yeah. I'm giving it to you.
Number 5, Dubuque Senior, goes to Iowa City West to take number 2, Iowa City West. And then you've got Keokuk going over to Illinois with Quincy Notre Dame. And then you've got Marshalltown Southeast Polk.
Notre Dame.
We're not just going around the conference. We're going around the Midwest. 3 states, folks.
That's one thing I was always jealous of in high school.
Yep.
We lived on the Iowa-Minnesota border. We never played like another like a Minnesota team, but other schools would.
Well, I lived on the Marshall County, Tama County border.
Oh, boy.
And we didn't always play South Tama. It's pretty crazy.
Well, we have hit overtime in the JV game, 48-47, as Southeast Polk is leading this one as guys and the cheerleaders getting ready to go. That is our look around the conference. We'll get you scoreboard updates throughout tonight. Thanks to our producer back at the radio studios, Jeff Brooks. Scoreboard updates all throughout the evening, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Locations in Ames, State Center, and in West Des Moines. We continue to break it down. The Rams and the Bobcats coming up in a little bit here on KFJB-TV. Coming up next, we will get you the keys to the game. This is Bobcat Athletics. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, youtube.com/@KFJB-TV.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today, our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
Countdown to tip-off rolls along here on KFJB-TV. We need to stop giving Corey Smith video time. I don't know what's going on. That guy loves the camera.
We don't give it to him. He seeks it out.
That is true.
He's got camera radar. But, you know, I know Keith. We're friends.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be around Keith. Maybe it's not the camera. Maybe it's Keith.
You might be onto something. Kind of like everybody wants to be around Jeff Brooks.
Brooksy definitely back in the studio. We take him out here. But the other thing that happens with Keith is he drives a Little Debbie truck. Mm-hmm. Who doesn't love Little Debbie, see?
And even better, Little Debbie swag.
That's right. He wore the Little Debbie's Christmas tree Hawaiian shirt in a broadcast right before Christmas this year.
Yeah. All right, so JV going a little bit long. They're in overtime right now. 49-47 is the score. Lamar Johnson drives inside. Count the bucket off the glass for two. Really like what I've seen from Lamar. He's got a little bit of playing time at the varsity level.
He is a pogo stick in a jersey. He can get up off the ground really quickly. Love being able to see both he and Hayes specifically on JV where they become major focus points. You get to see a little bit more of their game. Lamar's been really good off the bounce here today, has cut well, picked well, and he so far tonight has 11 points, and that's 3 double-figure scores on the JV level for the Bobcats here tonight.
Yeah, this would be a really nice win for the JV squad. I know the freshman team has had really good success this year.
And you're seeing that right there with Gersma's dribbling basketball right there, number 34. He is a freshman and really has helped turn the tide for that team.
Yeah.
And this team, Bobcats, it's 49, just terrible turnover.
Oh, that was a travel almost. But Southeast Polk is going to get the lead, 51-49.
In the third quarter, it was 31-18 Southeast Polk, so a feverish comeback by the Bobcats as they'll take a timeout.
All right, let's get you ready to go for the guys' game coming up in just a little bit. It's our keys to the game, Dylan.
Yeah, when it comes to the Bobcats, it's Bobcat Lane. We're not just here on Bobcat Boulevard, but we need to think about Bobcat Lane, and there's 2 parts of that. One thing we saw at Waterloo East is against Waterloo East, Trey Brooks got into the lane whenever he wanted to. Early in that game, he drove to score. Late in the game, when things were getting tight, 3 to 4 defenders would crash, and that made wide-open shots. So if the Bobcats offensively can get into the lane, that really breaks things down. But as Apple said last night on Bobcat Live, this is a very physical Southeast Polk team. They're going to look to Goodman. We'll talk about him a little bit more in a second. But this is a very physical team. It's a physical program in all of their sports. Football, wrestling, they're powerhouses.
Yeah.
But it just
so when we go down on Monday, I wish we could play a game on the football field. It's going to be like in the 50s. They need to get a basketball court out there. I think that'd be great.
You bring the flags, I'll bring the football. Ladies and gentlemen, if Brandon and I get arrested
No, we
for
play basketball. They play the playoff game on the football field.
Oh, got it.
Because we haven't played there.
No, we have not.
No.
So, and when you look at that, the physicality, the Bobcats are smaller. We don't go real deep. But Rogelio Sarin and along with Corey Smith, they have been able to match up with larger players. So if they're able to neutralize the strength and physicality on the defensive end and then break into the lane, good things can happen. On the other side, it all bodes well, right? Or it bodes well to be really focused on that. There's one player in double figures for Southeast Polk, and it's Goodman. Averages almost 22 points a game. Like we said earlier, he started since his freshman year. Now a junior, as you see the 3 go up. Oh my goodness, a finish by the other freshman. We're going to double overtime. And I think Brandon and I might start just telling stories here to get in this. But as you look at Bodie Goodman averaging almost 22 points a game, and he's been really, really good. As you look at him, he's shooting 43% from the field, 36% from 3, but he also shoots it pretty well from the line. But you look at 21 points, 5 rebounds. He's a really, really good player. Bobcats are going to have to lock him down. 2 years ago when the Bobcats held the Rams to 28 points, yes, for the entire game, 28 points in a 57-28 point game, he was held to 4 points. Last year, it was, and I don't want to belabor it, but that last month of last season, from the first month where it looked like a certified state team to people off the roster to people's minds somewhere else, that last month was a train wreck, and it ended in Southeast Polk 61-28 to 44.
Yep.
And even at 61 to 44, as Southeast Polk pulled away late.
That's not even how that game felt. You know what I mean?
No, it felt like 20 the whole game.
Yeah.
It was zero energy, zero effort, and that's where Goodman went off. He had 28, 3 threes, so it's not just all 3 points. He can do a little bit of everything. Very good with the handle. You see Georgia Jansen having fun.
Yeah, the ladies. Unfortunately, they fell the other night, 34-15 to the Des Moines North Polar Bears in postseason play. But, you know, they had fun this year, and they made improvements. A lot of freshmen and sophomores playing on that girls basketball team. All right, so the JV going to double overtime, 51-51. Here's that last shot that was right before the end there. They put up a 3 in the far side corner, but the rebound and putback, was that Will Swartz?
No, it was not. Putback? It was the other freshman. I'll get his name here just really quickly.
Anyway,
Gersma takes a 3, and you see just a really nice play off the bounce.
Yep.
And we've got the freshman roster, folks. We're here for you.
Somewhere out there is the freshman roster.
And that's Jamison Niehaus. And Jamison Niehaus was able to put that in. Jamison averaging about 15 points a game at the freshman level, while Gersma's averaging about 20. So it's been a really good freshman campaign, and they're just names that you need to remember as you start watching Bobcat basketball here on KFJB-TV next year.
Yeah, nice crowd working in here for this varsity game coming up. The student section on the far side has got kind of a cowboy theme tonight, apparently.
It does. I wish we would have known. I bought us matching Stetsons, but it was for our 5-year anniversary, not our 4-year.
So Southeast Polk's going to take a 3, and it's off the mark. Lamar Johnson got beat out for the rebound. And in overtime, 53-51, JV.
I saw that no call, and I remembered why I'm the only passer ever to get a technical in a basketball game, because that referee ended up doing a lot of our games.
You know, that's one thing about you. You care too much.
I do care too much. That is one of the things that there has never been anything truer said. I feel with my whole heart.
Yeah. I mean, that's why you officiated my wedding.
That's right. That's right.
But also why I have to yell at you every now and then.
Yes. you give boundaries. You're my electric fence.
Much like your wife.
That's right. Let's just say I can never have too many sides to my electric fence.
Oh, man. All right, so just about 3 minutes to go here in overtime in the JV game. Big fan of the Southeast Polk yellow uniforms.
They are tight. What I will say that I don't love is the yellow undershirts on gold uniforms.
Oh, yeah.
Because that slight. Oh, Boone misses. He had a huge third and fourth quarter with 11 points.
Yeah.
But he missed the wide open 3 there.
Adam Boone has played a little bit of varsity this year, not a whole lot. Jacob Hayes getting a lot of minutes out there. Lamar Johnson, those are guys that also have touched the ball on the varsity side of things a few times this year.
And with Rogelio Serran out a couple games here recently, Jacob Hayes, and then Jacob Thiessen being out, Jacob Hayes has played a lot of minutes in the last month of this season.
Lamar Johnson gets beat out for the rebound, but Jacob Hayes comes away with it, feeds it out. 2 minutes to go in overtime. The difference that I've noticed here tonight, no shot clock in JV like there is at the varsity level.
It is the old Dean Smith 4 corners. Let's bleed this one.
Oh, back door. Bobcats with the tie-up bucket right there, 53 apiece.
Since I started watching the game about halfway through the second quarter, that is the 6th bucket off that same the back cut down the middle of the lane. They've had 12 points off of that. Southeast Polk has really struggled with defending that out of their zone.
Appreciate you joining us on the radio side as well on News Talk 1230 KFJB AM 93.9 FM. And here on YouTube.com/@KFJB-TV. Be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Especially hit that subscribe button if you'd like to watch upcoming games, get alerts, like our postseason match coming up Monday night. 7 o'clock is tip-off. Coverage starts right around 6:45 as it's the Rams hosting the Bobcats. At a 3 on the pose on the left wing, and Southeast Polk is up by 3, 56-53 with 1 minute to go inside the roundhouse in the JV game, which is now in double OT.
Yeah, Hayes was late on the closeout there. You've got to be in their airspace at that time, but allowing just a wide open shot there.
Dig a three. Oh, Boone. From Boone County. Adam Boone.
Holy cow.
Tied it up, 56 apiece. Longer than an NBA three from the left wing.
That was a shot. We were talking about last night. I said, Adam, it seems like you've never met a shot you didn't like. He goes, and Coach Apple was just laughing and it's been real. He has 4 threes here in the second half and in double overtime.
And a reach-in foul is going to be called on Southeast Polk, but that's just their second foul, so more coming. But there's Boone's three, and nothing but the nylon, Dylan.
Yeah, that was a great shot, and I'm a little bit wondering if Boone's getting subbed out because sometimes having no conscience is a good thing. Sometimes not having a conscience in a tied game with 15 seconds to go may not be exactly what you want.
That's for sure. Oh, and the Bobcats throw it away. Are we looking at triple OT, Dylan?
Oh, my goodness.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout with them. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV. Welcome back to the Roundhouse. The cheerleaders getting ready to go for the varsity game coming up in a little bit. We are in double OT in the JV game as 56 apiece between the Rams and the Bobcats. He's Dylan Does. I'm Brandon Lewis. Thanks so much to our KFJB-TV crew here tonight. Zach Tomash, our producer, as Keith Stewart and Joe Cornwell on camera working, as we already alluded to. Our corn star, Jeff Brooks, back in the radio studios. Put back. Oh, good. Lamar, the rebound. Triple OT, baby.
The varsity just went from the tunnel to go sit down.
They did.
They literally did a curl.
And the varsity for Southeast Polk, I saw almost half the team put their hands on their head when they realized that the game was going to triple overtime. If you have dinner reservations for 9, you might want to push those back or cancel them, Dylan.
I think so. I don't. I was waiting to see what you were hungry for. There's that Adam Boone 3, 5-6 feet behind the line. We call that the Bobcat Live bump, Brandon. You're on Bobcat Live. It gives you extra power to shoot it.
Power hour.
Dejected varsity team.
Yeah. Tate Ring is sitting there thinking, man, I did not sign up to watch JV for triple overtime. But what a great game.
Yeah.
Just speaks to the competitive level, and I know there's been a lot of talk about the younger levels coming up. I know Coach Apple has invested a lot of time and energy, as well as assistant coach Brynjar Brynjolfsson, in developing the younger levels of basketball, and I think they mentioned they're in year 2 out of their kind of 5-year overall plan, and you can kind of see it making a difference. I mean, the freshman team, I think, was undefeated at one point this year.
Yeah, I think they have 3 losses or 4 losses on the year.
Yeah, but they've just
like
been
11-4 or something.
Yeah,
They've been
very good, very competitive every game, and against some of the bigger teams, and just like this against Southeast Polk here tonight.
And one of the things you're looking at, okay, this is JV, but you have to remember from a varsity level, you're looking at rotation players. Say, all right, we're throwing Jacob Hayes and Lamar in as rotation players and Jacob Thiessen. Thiessen's a senior. But there are 3 players that have logged any form of valuable minutes this year that are sophomores or juniors. One of those is a starter. So what you're doing is you're replacing 5 out of your top 8 players. So there are people on this floor that will be logging a ton of varsity minutes next year.
Lamar Johnson with a nice tip away. But then the Bobcats give it up back the other way for Southeast Polk.
Hayes hasn't been strong with the basketball. He's gotten a couple ripped away from him late.
Nearing 3 minutes to go. At what point do you start to say, okay, we only allowed 2 minutes in overtime now for the JV game?
Yeah, the Russian nesting doll of overtimes, they just keep getting smaller. It's the 2-point conversions. It's college football. We're just doing 2-point conversions.
And no one likes the new overtime rules.
Oh, they're the dumbest.
Well, the Bobcats looking for a bucket here in the JV game as they're down by 2, 58-56. Under 3 minutes to go. A little wild with a shot inside. Can't get it to go. Kind of toss that one up. But
it's almost like a soccer throw-in up here.
Not familiar with your game on that one. Well, another backdoor play here. Turnaround jumper. That's good play. But Hayes with a rebound. And, a little touch foul from the backside. A push on Southeast Polk. And that's number 3 on them in overtime here. So,
and one of the things,
a few more to go here.
We look at that much like timeouts. They just it doesn't reset each overtime.
Yep.
The fouls don't reset, so they're playing off of what's been for. And another timeout here to chalk up, see what we want to do.
All right, we'll take a timeout with them. You're watching JV action tonight. Bonus coverage on KFJB-TV. Welcome back, Bobcats and the Rams. Varsity looking to get things tipped off here in a little bit as we are in bonus coverage of the JV. 58-56, Rams have the lead on the Marshalltown Bobcats. There's Butch down there. He, in that timeout, he had to run, go get a snack because he knows I still got a whole varsity game to go here.
You know what? This happens in marathons, half marathons, that they have fueling stations. Orange slices and the like. Butch has a PA station that he's got snacks out there. I don't know if
there's a media
slices.
room here. We never got told about the media snack room.
You know, Zach, back to last year, his first year, I bet he's down there. He knows of pizza and different things down there, and he just doesn't let us know.
I think I'm going to need a nap before we get the varsity game in.
Well, I don't know. What kind of hours are you sleeping now being a
Last
proud
night,
dad?
I have to say, last night was pretty good. I appreciate my wife. She knew I had a game today, so she gave me a little extra sleep last night.
What I love is when you start to have kids, pretty good has a totally different meaning than it did even like 5 months ago.
Like 4 or 5 hours is a really good night of sleep.
I'm good. I can legally still drive a car. It's great. Full time out by Southeast Polk, up by 3.
2:04 to go in triple overtime now, as Southeast Polk has a 3-point lead, 59-56.
It reminds me.
Were you ever in a game like this?
Yes, we had not triple overtime. I've been in double overtime games, and it's your stomach is just in your throat for like an extended period of time. Probably the last 20 minutes, like every single thing feels like it's either win or lose. It's a make or break play.
Yeah.
It just gets, and some kids just thrive in that. They want the ball in their hands. They're going to make the play. Other people just tighten up, and the moment becomes too big for them. Right now, seems Southeast Polk has done a good job of getting it back out to 3, but what we've seen in the third, fourth quarter and the first and second overtime, Bobcats have been able to come back. In that first overtime, they were down 5 late. Actually, that was the regulation, and then Hayes banked in a corner three. Yes, banked in a corner three to send into overtime. So each time Bobcats have been on the rope, they claw their way back. But I think
feel anxious.
Yeah.
Including me. This is much like fifth quarter names night.
It is senior night. No, it's not senior night.
It is not senior. Under 2 minutes to go in the JV. Triple overtime. Southeast Polk with the basketball. They are up by 3. They're going to play keep away here.
And this is you're only one possession. I understand you don't have a shot clock, but, man, it gets you out of rhythm. I guess you're killing.
When you need a shot.
Yeah, if you're killing the clock, I guess do it. But if I'm the Bobcats, I'm not fouling.
And that'll extend it to a 5-point lead.
What do I know?
1:20 to go in the basketball game.
They did fine without me. Bobcats do need a quick bucket, though. Doesn't need to be a 3 by any stretch.
And the Bobcats almost throw it away. Boone says, I will do that. Lamar Johnson with a rebound. Put back. He misses it off the front side of the iron. Southeast Polk with a rebound. And that might do it in this one with a 5-point game under a minute to go. Great effort, though. Yep. Triple OT kind of wears on you, that's for sure.
Well, I think of overtime kind of like scoops of ice cream. When you look at the menu, 3 scoops looks like a great idea. Mm-hmm. But when you're in that second scoop of butter pecan, you're like, I think I might be good. And I feel like that's true with overtime as well.
Especially if you're lactose intolerant.
And you have another banana split on the counter to do right after. I do now know where I want to eat afterwards. I made myself hungry.
Dairy Queen?
No, it'll be close. My son is working till 9. That's not going to work.
No, I told you already. If you have dinner plans for 9,
it's not going to work.
Yeah, better push those back.
Is South Center Street Dairy Queen a sponsor?
Wrestling coverage, yeah.
Wrestling coverage, all right. Yeah. Well, there has been some physical play underneath, so maybe they can bring us something.
So a timeout in the JV game, 63-56. Southeast Polk is currently leading here.
This is a war of attrition.
It is.
Not a high-scoring game if you're in triple overtime, and we just eclipsed the 60-point mark.
Oh, wow, we got some good looks there.
You've got
Jacob Gudith right there in the middle.
You got Carson Snyder. You got Winter there. Ellie Hughes, I believe.
Yeah.
Is that a Winter?
We got somebody.
Winter is riding a horse.
Who?
Winter. Winter.
Oh,
but that is his name.
Is that the band?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
how come we don't have the band tonight?
I don't know. But this is maybe because it's not doubleheader.
Okay.
I'm texting this, so my wife literally thinks Winter is one of her favorite people. She gets to be around him in band and different things because my wife's on the band booster board. She just absolutely is just enthralled. Really joyful kid, good kid.
Plays a mean cowbell.
Yes, he does.
Right out coverage here. Will Swartz on the sideline there as
that's not good.
His left ankle.
He's got his tongue. If KFJB-tv has done nothing, every single student athlete knows exactly where Keith Stewart is at every moment.
There, Keith Stewart radar is going off right now. 40 seconds to go in the JV game. It is a 7-point game. Need a couple of buckets.
We're just kind of dribbling, doing nothing.
And that shot off the mark, and that's probably going to do it right there. And they're going to call a reach-in foul. I believe on Jacob Hayes right there with 30 seconds to go in the JV game. Triple overtime. And the loss will end up going to the Bobcats here tonight to round out their regular season.
Yeah, there was just a few little things late where lack of execution, couple turnovers, really at the end of that second overtime where we had a chance. It was tied, 10 seconds to go, and we lost the ball out of bounds. We really had been getting whatever we wanted on the offensive end, and it was just a little mistake. And since then, here in this third overtime, it kind of ran out of gas a little bit.
Yep.
Is kind of what it looked like.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so the final second's going to tick down here. The Bobcat JV team is going to lose at home on their home floor at George Funk Court. Easy for me to say here tonight inside the Marshalltown Roundhouse as Jacob Hayes launches a three. That'll go out of bounds. We will continue the countdown to tip-off. When we come back, we will have our Exterior Plus Home Remodeling pregame chat with head coach Michael Apple in his 6th year leading the Bobcat program. In their season finale as they take on the Southeast Polk Rams coming up in a little bit. This is your home for Bobcat Athletics, KFJB.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
Picture yourself at Marshalltown Community College. Become a Tiger for life. Visit mcc.iavalley.edu. Locations in both Marshalltown and Grinnell.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Scouts in Marshalltown go on fun adventures. Scouts learn about the outdoors. Scouts learn character building. Scouts learn citizenship. Scouts learn life skills. Scouts learn to be leaders. Scouts go to fun summer camps, and Scouts get a head start in life. Marshalltown has produced over 200 Eagle Scouts in our over 70-year history and have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community. To learn more about joining Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure on!
Welcome back into the Countdown to Tip-Off here on KFJB-TV. It's our pregame chat with Coach Apple, all brought to you by Exterior Plus Home Remodeling in Marshalltown. Coach, you guys come in. It's been a week since you played a game. A little bit different because you had quite the stretch there of 2 to 3 games in a week and staying busy. Has it been a good week to kind of maybe get back in that practice rhythm?
It has, yeah. It's been a great week for us, very productive. Coaching staff's done a nice job of keeping it competitive in practice, keeping them engaged and so forth when you're not used to practicing that many days in a row, especially this late in the season. So I felt like we made a lot of growth here in this week.
Disappointing effort when you went up to Waterloo East. You lost up there, but you turn around, you come home 50-48. You got a big win over them. How good did that feel and give you a little bit of momentum coming into tonight?
Felt great. We saw a lot of good things from that game and, just how we executed, how we got stops when we needed to. And shared the ball, really ran the clock when we needed to. Just an overall good team effort, and glad we got it. Kind of came away with a win there.
A little bit of an oddity, but the Roosevelt Rough Riders had to vacate 9 games due to a discrepancy on the roster, and so that gives you a 10-10 record now. Have you ever really seen anything like that at the high school level?
I haven't since I've taken over as a head coach. I remember a couple years maybe before I joined the staff, something happened like that with Hoover maybe. The same type of deal. I don't know exactly what happened, but they had to forfeit games as well. Unfortunate thing for them. I'm sure their head coach or the coaching staff obviously had no clue about it, so that's just a tough spot to be in. But, we'll take the win, I guess, and we're at 10-10.
Yeah, and that's one of those things where I'm sure, like, if you had to put yourself in that situation, that's one where you got to almost kind of rally your guys, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't know much about the situation or who the player was, but going into sub-state, they're facing a little adversity, and you're absolutely right. You gotta rally and be ready to go.
Here tonight, I know you're going to be ready to go against the Southeast Polk Rams, a loss last year on the road at Southeast Polk. They bring back a pretty good group of guys who got a little bit of playing time last year, including Bodie Goodman, who is 5th in 4A right now in scoring. How do you slow down a threat like him?
Well, we got to crowd him. We got to make it really tough for him and not let him get comfortable anywhere he's on the floor. He has a threat to score it right when he crosses half court, so you got to have guys ready to guard, not only the guy guarding him, but be in help and just make it tough and swarm him and, make him kick it to some other guys and see if they can make plays.
Top 10 in 4A is loaded with CIML teams. You can't really take 5-win team out of Southeast Polk too close to heart, right?
Absolutely not. We went and watched, them live and against Ames Tuesday night and scouted them there, and just how big they are. It's just a different deal. It's a team we haven't really seen as far as kind of what guys look like in that CIML. They're just very well put together, very strong at every position, and that's going to be a tough task for us. We got to match that physicality and not let that hurt us when they drive to the rim, and more importantly, rebound the ball and limit second chance points.
Final question for you, Coach. You come into a game like this, you mentioned the size. How do you match up against that? Is that Trayshawn Brooks driving in, finding those lanes, and kicking out to open guys?
Yeah, that our offense, as far as that goes, doesn't really change. We need to make sure we're getting open and not letting their physicality hurt us there to be able to run our sets. We need Trey to be aggressive to the rim. We're very good when he gets downhill and attacks that rim. A lot of things open up for us. And, defensively, we got to really pack the paint. And, that's just something we're going to have to adjust to as far as just, maybe not guarding some guys as close as we normally do and kind of take some chances on seeing if they can hit some outside shots.
Good luck tonight, Coach.
Yep, thank you.
It is a preview of 4A Sub-State 7 here tonight. It's the season finale for the Bobcats. They'll face the Rams coming up on Monday night, but they look to take care of business tonight on their home floor. We'll check out the starting 5 for the Rams and the Bobcats when we come back on the countdown to tip-off.
My name's Lake Schultz. I'm the co-owner of Exterior Plus Home Remodeling. At Exterior Plus, we truly strive to build relationships one customer at a time. And that's why we're the Midwest's #1 choice in full home remodels. Located in Marshalltown, Iowa, as well as Lincoln, Nebraska, we pride ourselves in providing quality service on time, every time. Give us a call for a free inspection and estimate at 844-261-6111. That's 844-261-6111. Thanks. Talk to you soon.
With over 10,000 cars at our disposal, Jensen Ford...
Hold on. That's not really how we do things at Jensen Ford.
How about, it's never been a better time to buy a brand new...
Yeah, we don't really do that either. When you're ready to buy a car, we'll be ready to help.
Try this. We'll get you in and out faster than a speeding...
We don't do that either. At Jensen Ford, we'll take as much time as you need to find the right vehicle. We're not just moving cars, but we're building relationships.
Oh, maybe more of a... This is where your family buys their vehicles.
There you go. More like that.
Today's game on KFJB-tv is brought to you by McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. Quality furniture for every room in your home. Pence Appliance and TV. For sales and service of everything appliance, come see the Pence team. Wayward Social. The place for bowling, games, food, and more. Wells Fargo Advisors. Marshalltown. Sports Plus. Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center. SportsPlusTherapy.com.
Conference of Champions host the CIML opponent, the Southeast Polk Rams tonight. Bobcats inside the Roundhouse on KFJB-TV. Let's get tonight's starting lineup. All brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you while we deliver you the starting lineup. All right, for the 5-16 Southeast Polk Rams behind sixth-year head coach Alan Jenkins. The Rams 1-5 out of the CIML. Doesn't mean a whole lot. That is a very tough conference, Dylan.
It's for my Buck, I think it's the best year after year. I know there's some really good basketball being played in the eastern part of the state this year, but year in, year out, the CIML is the gold standard.
Number 1, A.J. Schaefer will get the start for the Southeast Polk Rams, a 6-foot senior guard, averaging 7.5 points per game, 5 rebounds per game. A 72% free throw shooting team, shooter. As a team, they're shooting 65%, pretty comparable to the Bobcats. Number 2, Bodie Goodman. We talked about him already. He's 5th in 4A with 21.3 points per game, 4.8 rebounds per game, and he is averaging just over 2 steals per game. A 6-foot junior guard. A year ago in this game, he had 24 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists against the Bobcats in a 61-44 win against the Bobcats. Sam Zelenovic, he will get the start tonight, a 6'1 junior, number 4, a guard, averaging 2.6 points per game and 1.9 rebounds per game. Number 20, Jackson Barton, 8.8 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, 2 assists per game, and a 57% free throw shooter. His 6'3 senior had 2 points and 4 rebounds. He is a center, and that's what he had last year in this matchup against the Bobcats. And quite fitting that Valentine's Day was just a couple of days ago. Number 22, Trey Lust will get the start. 6'3 senior forward, averaging 6.4 points per game, as Southeast Polk Rams average 58 points per game, giving up 66 points per game. What do you think their biggest weakness is coming into this one against the Bobcats, Dylan?
I think it comes down to second scorer you can count on. Is there going to be some defensive matchup that the Bobcats are going to make it very difficult on Goodman? Who's going to be that second person that's going to be able to knock down shots? Or the Bobcats can knock down Goodman? Does that spell doom for this Southeast Polk basketball team?
Rams are 0-5 in their last 5 games, and they're on a 7-game losing streak. For the Marshalltown Bobcats, they are 10-10 on the season, 6-6 out of the Conference of Champions. As Michael Apple, the head coach, in his 6th year, assisted by Brynjar Brynjolfsson, averaging 50 points per game, giving up 52 points per game. As the Bobcats' 10-10 record now, because of a 52-42 loss against Roosevelt, that has been forfeited. And that was a game where the Bobcats were actually winning it for 3 quarters and lost it in the 4th.
That was maybe the most there's a couple frustrating games. That and the start to Ottumwa, but that Roosevelt game outplayed them for 3 quarters and then just went into the tank offensively, and they were able to stretch that out for the win. But it's nice to get that one back.
Yeah, for sure. Number 1, Carter Giannetto will get the start tonight for the Bobcats. He is a 5'10 senior committed to go play basketball at Simpson, a guard, and he is averaging 7 points per game, 3.3 rebounds per game, and a 74% free throw shooter on the season. Number 3, Trayshawn Brooks, 12.5 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, 3.9 assists per game. That's 12th in Class 4A coming into this one.
And that point total just keeps climbing for Trey as this season goes on and on. About a month ago, I think what the coaches have been telling him, you've got to be more aggressive, really connected in his brain, because the last month of this seniors campaign has been straight foot on the gas.
So that's Trayshawn Brooks. Number 3 is 6'1 senior guard. Also getting the start tonight, number 10, Kyle Smith, a 6'3 sophomore. As the guard, Kyle Smith, 13.7 points per game, 6.3 rebounds per game, 73 three-pointers made this year. That's number 1 in 4A. Jack Winter of Ames, 66, is behind him. Number 11, Corey Smith, Kyle Smith's brother, 6'1 senior, gets the start, 9.6 points per game, 3.9 rebounds per game, a 69% free throw shooter, and a guard on the season coming into this one. And rounding out the starting 5, Rogelio Sarin back into that starting 5 as he's been injured lately, but definitely full go here tonight. 4 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, a 6'1 senior guard in Rogelio Sarin. That's the starting 5 for the Marshalltown Bobcats here tonight. A year ago, the Bobcats committed 10 turnovers. The Rams just committed 1 in that loss, 61-44. Look to avenge that here tonight. Bobcats were out-rebounded in that game, 30-25. That's something they'll have to be very good at here tonight, especially on the offensive side, get themselves some second-chance opportunities.
And that's really going to be all about positioning and crashing the glass. Bobcats have done a better job on the defensive end of boxing out And throughout the year, they've actually done a pretty good job of being more athletic with a quick second jump to be really solid on the offensive glass, allowing not just for second chance putbacks, but also for kickouts for wide open threes.
Bobcats are 3-2 in their last 5 games, coming off a win against Waterloo East, 50-48 last Friday night, in a game where they wanted revenge. They lost almost a blowout on the road at Waterloo East. They come back home and get a 2-point victory, which was huge for them.
Yeah, the girls in the first part of the doubleheader, it was tied going into the fourth. After getting blown out by 40, they came with tenacity, and the boys finished the deal. They had looked really poor in that second half up at Waterloo, but at every point, Trey Brooks and Kyle Smith were able to turn people away on the offensive end, and then Corey Smith added a lot of great efforts on that defensive end.
Yeah, that is for sure. Well, the Bobcats look for a big victory here tonight, getting going late because the JV game went into triple overtime. Unfortunately, Bobcats fell late in that game to Southeast Polk, which has allowed us to catch up on some of the other scores and games going on. Scoreboard update tonight, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Dylan, what can you tell us?
So all of these will be girls scores because, as we said earlier, there are only 3 matchups in the state of Iowa pitting Iowa schools against Iowa schools in boys basketball. So at halftime, actually it's a final. Collins-Maxwell girls 43, Woodbine 58. Woodbine comes out with a 15-point victory. End of the first, Dyke New Hartford 18, Sumner Fredericksburg 8. And then at the end of 1, Appleton Parkersburg 7, Jessup 3 in a barn burner. And those are all girls scores.
Light that barn on fire.
That's right. A very small barn.
A very small
make
barn,
the fire very small.
Well, the Rams are in town. 5-16 on the season out of the Central Iowa Metro League. They match up with the Bobcats. They are 10-10, 6-6 in the Iowa Alliance North. Tip-off between the Rams and the Bobcats coming up next. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
How can you help Marshalltown High School and enjoy a mouth-watering burger at the same time? By ordering the Bobcat Burger at Legends American Grill. 2 quarter-pound patties with crisp bacon strips, sauteed onions, and melted American cheddar, jack, and Swiss cheeses on top of fresh shredded lettuce on a toasted bun. It's absolutely delicious. $1 from every Bobcat Burger sold is donated by Legends to Marshalltown High School activities. So, enjoy a Bobcat Burger and help MHS. The Bobcat Burger, another exclusive from Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
Welcome in to Bobcat Live. We are inside Rosie's at Wayward Social. Will take the 3. Boy, that's a pure bucket right there. On George Funk Court, the Bobcats and the Rams will battle tonight inside the Roundhouse. He's Dylan Dose. I'm Brandon Lewis. We are happy to have you along for the season finale tonight as the Rams in town against the Bobcats, who will face on Monday night in postseason action in Class 4A, Sub-State number 7. Well, we've talked at length about tonight's matchup, Dylan, but with the season coming to an end, this is a pivotal point. A win here tonight could really propel them for Monday and to make a little bit more of a run to try to face Waukee in their game after that.
Yeah, the Bobcats want to start out strong. When they've had success this year, they have come out of the gates really strong. Outside of that Ames game where they came out well and faded late, Bobcats, in their losses has been when they just cannot get out of the gates well. They find themselves down double digits very early, and they have to fight their way back the rest of the game.
Got to look at head coach Mike Apple in his 6th year leading this program. This is a team that at times over the past few years has struggled late in the season. I look back 3 years ago, that was a team that went on the road and Trey Lust with his first bucket of the night. Jackson Barton with 4. Trishawn Brooks and Corey Smith both with a bucket apiece here tonight in this opening quarter. As it's 6-4 our score. Southeast Polk with the lead inside the roundhouse. Trayshawn Brooks at the top of the key. Down the right side of the paint. Kicks out. Corey Smith drives baseline. And he pulls up right in front of the bucket, and it's good for 2. He has 4, and we're tied at 6 apiece.
He just goes up and down, almost like he's in an elevator, just really smooth, levitate, easy 4-foot jumper for Corey Smith.
6-6 apiece with 3:28 to go. First quarter timeout on KFJB-TV.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to Marshalltown.org.
My name's Carter Giannetto, and you're watching Bobcat basketball on KFJB-TV.
Welcome back inside the Roundhouse on KFJB-TV. I'm Brandon Lewis. Dylan Doe's alongside me here tonight. As, yes, we had a few connection issues there momentarily, but it looks like we are good to go here tonight inside the Roundhouse as we're in the first quarter out of the timeout called by Alan Jenkins and the Southeast Polk Rams. Trey Lust with the basketball, top of the key, left high post, drops it back off to Bodie Goodman. Goodman now drives, Giannetto guarding on him throughout the night tonight. Lust gets the basketball, drives in, leans for 2. He has 4 in the game.
Bobcats have not done well in that post defense. Both Lust and Barton have 2 buckets, and they get the pass about mid-range, free throw line extended, go straight to the rack, untouched and untethered, and able to put it in easily.
Giannetto down to Trayshawn Brooks, just outside the left block, turnaround jumper, and he cannot get that one to go as well. He's tried that a couple times, but unfortunately hasn't been able to connect. A pass down to the left block to Barton. Barton working against Sarin. And right over top Sarin for 2. That's a little bit of a problem right there as Jackson Barton with 6 points here in the first quarter. A little bit of a mismatch they're exploiting right now with a 4-point lead.
Yeah, he's able to go. He's going to always come back the other way. He's done it on every single time. But he's strong, so every time he bumps, he's able to get space. And then he's also got nice feet and a good touch.
Trayshawn Brooks over to Kyle Smith, right wing. And he has his pocket picked by A.J. Schaefer. Schaefer's going to take it all the way. Corey Smith runs in front, but it's not enough to get him offline, and Schaefer puts it in for his first bucket of the night. It's 12-6 just like that.
Carter Giannetto's done a great job on Goodman, and everyone else has played a lot of Olay defense. Not been good for the Bobcats.
Trayshawn Brooks giving to go to Rogelio Sarin, but that one falls off the right side of the iron. Not able to get that shot. Schaefer in transition. Drives to the free throw line. Picks up his dribble out to the far side corner. Now back to Schaefer. Left wing. Now to the far side corner. Norris has it. Drops it inside. And boy, beating 2 defenders. Jackson Barton off the glass. He has 8 first quarter points.
He's got his season average, and the Bobcats have made no adjustments and just starting to get destroyed that way.
Trayshawn Brooks up high. Gave it back to Giannetto, who dribbles. It bounces it now to Rogelio Sarin. Right wing. He's making a few calls. He'll now dribble it out and hand off to Trayshawn Brooks. Crosses up. A Southeast Polk Ram drives in, and I believe we have a foul on the floor as he was driving in. Trayshawn flailing just a little bit right there. The foul's going to come in on Jackson Barton. And the Bobcats would love to get him in foul trouble because he is eating them alive in the post.
Very much so, and we're lucky. Trey Lust, all 14 points, or 12 of the 14 points are going to the bench right now.
Trayshawn Brooks on that drive fouled right there. So second team foul on the Southeast Polk Rams. One team foul on the Bobcats here in the opening quarter. 48 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Bobcats down 14-6. Trayshawn Brooks picks up his dribble over to the right wing to Giannetto. Spin move, right high post. It's going to come up short off the front of the iron. A.J. Schaefer with the rebound. And he'll bring it up across the Bobcats script on the far side, right in front of the student section.
Bobcats have missed 4 opportunities within about 10 feet. Really, while the other side, you see the Rams have been very efficient with their opportunities. getting great post position and easy layups.
Shot clock and game clock are pretty much identical. 3 from straight on. That one off the left side of the iron. Trayshawn Brooks rips away the rebound. He's going to bring it up with 5 seconds to go. A kick out near side. Rogelio Sarin wide open. Boom! Knocks that down. Huge 3 as we end the first quarter, and a great feed from Trayshawn Brooks. It is a 5-point game as we enter the second quarter on KFJB-TV.
The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
This is Galil Joy. You're watching Bobcat basketball on KFJB-tv.
5-point deficit for the Bobcats heading into the second quarter. What have you seen outside of that Barton mismatch that's really kind of hampered the Bobcats' explosiveness here in this first quarter?
One of the things on the offensive end, Trey has been ready to go, but it seems like the offense is really broken down to Trey get the ball, try to drive it. If everyone else off the ball looks a little bit stagnant, really look for better ball movement off the ball. Kyle Smith being able to get off screens and back cuts off of those screens as well.
Southeast Polk will begin the second quarter with the basketball, working left to right on your radio dial on News Talk 1230 AM 93.9 FM. Backdoor cut. Goodman makes some pay, and I believe they're going to call a foul. So count the bucket as Goodman finds his first bucket of the night. And it will be a free throw, and one. As the foul will come in on Corey Smith here tonight. That's his first of the evening. Heading to the line is Goodman. He is a 74% free throw shooter. 5th overall scorer in Class 4A with 21.3 points per game, and he drops in the free throw.
Yeah, Corey Smith has been very late to come over on a couple different situations there, and he just compounded his mistake with the foul. Bobcats are really in a tough way on an 11-3 run by the Rams.
And that one will rattle home from the right wing. Number 1 in 4A and made threes. He drops in his 74th of the season right there.
Nice job by Jacob Hayes meeting him outside of the block, making him pull up a little bit quicker.
Kyle Smith with a rebound. For the Bobcats, another thing he excels at, 6.3 rebounds per game coming into this one. One of the top rebound getters in the Iowa Alliance Conference. So back at 5 after that last made 3 by Kyle Smith. Gives it to Corey Smith. Runs through, nothing there. Now back to the near side as you alluded to. Jacob Hayes is checked in. Baseline drive. Rogelio Sarin was trying to pass to a cutting Corey Smith, but it's picked off. Here's Luss down the paint, and that scoop and score is no good as he was trying to lean in from the right side. Bobcats come away with the basketball and give it off to Carter Giannetto, who trots over the 10-second line. We have a timeout on the floor. 6:33, second quarter. Bobcats down 17-12 up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey Bobcat Nation, it's Jacob Hayes. You're watching Bobcat basketball on KFJB-tv.
A couple of years ago, we were looking for Caden Proctor when he was in the house, but he was not. He was making plans to get ready to what people thought Iowa, but then he went to Alabama.
And then he's
back at Iowa.
So we're not mad.
And we were we were wondering if Connor Moberly, we saw him last year, but not this year, as Iowa State encouraged him to enroll early. So, that's been the tough thing for Alan Jenkins is, boom, dropping down the jumper is Trayshawn Brooks. They've had to battle with, football being a little bit more of the prominent sport at Southeast Polk.
Well, they've had so many incredible people throughout the years.
Xavier, I can't.
Nwampa.
Nwampa.
Kyle Orton played there. You have a lot of Abu Sama from Iowa State has been awesome, was awesome last year. Kids transferred because he was so good. So they're just loaded.
3 was just off the mark by Giannetto. And 17-14 the score after Trayshawn Brooks knocked down that 2-point bucket. Trey Lust walked with the basketball. That'll be a travel, 17-14. And the Bobcats can tie it up on this possession right here with a 3-point bucket, Dylan.
Yeah, here you see that nice hesitation pull-up jumper for there. But, yeah, you look at that. Bobcats have done a much better job defensively of bodying up post players early.
And Lust is going to pick up another foul right here as he bumps Trayshawn Brooks as he was cutting down to the left block. He got the feed. And the foul, the push, his second foul of the night as Trayshawn Brooks will inbound baseline left side.
And that's where Lust and Barton both give him athletic, strong bigs. And when you go into the bench, they're a skinnier lot. The Bobcats match up physically with them a little bit better.
Speaking of Lust, how was your Valentine's Day?
It was great. We went to the Tremont, had a nice dinner. There was music playing. My wife was sick, so it was a delight.
Giannetto, right high post, takes the jumper. It's off the mark. Rebound brought in by Barton. And cleared out to Bodie Goodman. Now back to Barton. And a travel right there. Turnover. I told you, new blood on the officiating crew, and I've been impressed. They've done a nice job here tonight, both sides of things.
They've been very good. They've been on it. They've been consistent. It's been really nice. The last Valentine's thing I will say, Valentine's Day was the 19th anniversary of the day I asked my wife on our first date.
Oh.
See? Wow. Love is still in the air.
Yeah. And everyone thought you didn't love anymore.
I'm in.
All in on love. Trayshawn with a nice play down to the left block. Kicks out. The senior pops in and out. Can't get it to go. Jacob Thiessen was nearly on the mark there to tie this ball game up, but it's still 17-14. 3 in transition off the front of the iron. And the Bobcats come away with the rebound. Kyle Smith went for first, but Corey Smith comes away with it.
We got really lucky. Can't allow a shooter that good to step into a 3.
Kyle Smith gets a screen from his brother Corey Smith. Dribbles, passes over left wing to Sarah. Back to Trayshawn Brooks. Sets a screen, rolls with it. Trayshawn spins in the paint, hangs up, and it will just fall in. A little home court cooking right there. 6 for Trayshawn Brooks.
Such a soft touch with the reverse spin. Just falls off the rim in.
Goodman answers for 2. 19-16. He been unguarded down to the right block. The layup was easy for him.
Yeah, no one was there. It looks like Kyle Smith got poked in the eye. He was grabbing his eye on the way
down. Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Oh, water boy.
I recently watched that. Such a great movie. Turnover. Schaefer comes up with it as Trayshawn Brooks gets his pocket picked in transition. That's good basketball right there. Grady Norris, only like one bounce,
Yeah. Perfect.
Not dribbling, just passing down the court. That was perfect execution by the Rams.
And that bounce pass came right in, so he didn't have to reach down for it, reach behind. It was just a perfect stride for the layup.
21-16 the score. Both our coaches here tonight in their 6th year leading their program. Right high post jumper off the back of the iron, but Corey Smith skies for the rebound. Put back past Barton for 2. 21-18. Nice play by the senior right there. And a 3 in transition. The feed. Rogelio gets the rebound. And Corey Smith with 6 points right there. Rogelio Sarin with a 3 in this game, but he has picked up quite a few pivotal rebounds early on here.
Yeah, Bobcats seem to have settled in a little bit defensively. Along on the offensive end, Trey Brooks is definitely a mismatch.
2.5 minutes to go inside the roundhouse and a drive down to the right block by Trayshawn Brooks. He is fouled. Shot will not go. 21-18 our score. 2 free throws coming for Trayshawn Brooks, the senior, a 66% free throw shooter. A year ago, he was a little bit into those 70s, the free throw shooting, but got a little bit of a slow start. Earlier this year, he missed the first 4 games of the basketball season due to a knee injury sustained during the football season. Free throw pops in and out, no good for Trayshawn Brooks. Not happy with the result of that first free throw right there. But, he has been I hate to say it, but kind of a work in progress all season long, right? He's just continued. You had mentioned his scoring numbers have gone up as the season has gone along as he knocks down the second free throw. Bobcats back within 2, but basketball is such a field game that it took him a little while, but he is one of the best guards in the state of Iowa, undoubtedly. He's going.
Oh, I think so, specifically on the offensive end with the ball in his hands. No one can stay in front of him.
3, check it in. Zeb Hins off the mark right there, and Rogelio Sarin with another rebound, Dylan.
He's just been outstanding since this second quarter is between he and Corey Smith and Trey Brooks helping from that guard spot. They have cleaned up and not allowed second chance opportunities for Southeast Polk.
He's Dylan Dose. I'm Brandon Lewis. Great to have you tuned in tonight on the radio side on KFJB as well as here on KFJB-TV. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Get upcoming game alerts. Trayshawn Brooks almost has his pocket picked. Shot clock down to 4. Jumper, good. And we're tied at 21. Corey Smith, maybe his last night in the roundhouse in his career. He has 8.
And he does so well on that pull-up jump shot. It's straight up and down. He doesn't lean backwards, doesn't fall away, doesn't get off kilter. It's a perfect pull-up jump shot.
Norris, a bounce pass for the 3 and knocks it down right wing, and that's his first bucket of the night. Norris coming in just a 24% three-point shooter on the season. And we have 1 minute to go before halftime in the roundhouse.
Everybody's three-point percentage goes up when you get into the lane and get easy kickouts.
And that's an easy bucket. At least he makes it look that way. The jumper from the right block. Trayshawn gets the Bobcats back within 1, and a foul's going to be called on the floor on the way there as Giannetto will pick up the foul on the drive. So the Bobcats down by 1 with 48 seconds to go before halftime in a game where they got themselves down by, 8 points, Dylan?
They were down 8 points, yeah.
Hins, left wing, drops it into Barton, left block. Rogelio Sarin guarding. Guards up. Oh, that was a good move by Rogelio Sarin. Got in the way of Barton, but Barton draws the foul. The shot was no good, and 2 free throws coming the way for the big man, number 20, a 57% free throw shooter on the season.
He just went baseline and spun in. Rowe thought he was bodying up well, but he came down on the arm. See if Barton can extend this lead from the line.
And he will drop it in. Good on the free throw. Now 9 points for Barton.
I was impressed with him last year because he looks like he's Venice Beach, but he still has touch and skill.
Barton with both free throws. Why does it always seem like the 57% free throw shooters always make all the free throws when they play the Bobcats?
Because they know they're on KFJB and they'll be watched throughout the state.
That's true. That's true. There is a prestigious aspect, too.
There is.
To being...
It's an award-winning broadcast.
Truly award-winning. The award is back at the studios, I believe, somewhere.
That's right. It's up on the wall.
26-23. Southeast Polk with the lead. 10 seconds to go before halftime. Trayshawn Brooks, touch there on his way. He goes in. Leading, and it pops in and out. Boy, that was a great shot look. I thought there was almost going to be a foul. Goodman flailing for a long 3 at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. And it's a 3-point game inside the roundhouse at halftime. A very good first half. And the Bobcats found themselves in a hole, but worked themselves back into this one. I thought they really did a much better job getting closer to halftime here against Barton down in the paint.
We knew exactly what the advantages were for both sides. Inside physicality, Southeast Polk came out of the gates and really were able to exploit that. Between Lust and Barton, did fantastic. But then the Bobcats were able to do some things defensively, push them out a little bit further, and Trey got cooking. And when Trey got cooking, no one in the world could keep him out of the lane. Bobcats climbed right back into this game. And we're going to have a great second half, I think.
Yeah.
And Monday night doesn't look like it's going to be a bad one either.
We are cooking up a good one inside the roundhouse. A packed roundhouse tonight. Bobcats looking for their 11th victory of the season. They trail by 3 at halftime, 26-23 on your home for the Cats, KFJB.
My furnace from 1990 is kind of like my husband. Doesn't perform very well, but I'd rather fix it than replace it.
Like you, Honest Heating and Cooling would rather repair your furnace or AC. We take the time to diagnose the issue and do everything possible to restore it before recommending a new one. Repair, restore. That's Honest. Serving Marshalltown and around. Honest Heating and Cooling. Your Amana dealer. America's brand for comfort. Honest Heating and Cooling.
Picture yourself at Marshalltown Community College. Become a Tiger for life. Visit ncc.iavalley.edu. Locations in both Marshalltown and Grinnell.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Penn's team.
KFJB-TV presents the Bobcat Halftime Report.
26-23 at halftime. Bobcats down by 3. Leading scorer is Trayshawn Brooks. And in that first half, Trayshawn, just a magnificent first half. I thought he kind of got robbed by the rim a few times, but we look at one of these plays he made tonight. Just extraordinary effort as we look on KFJB-TV.
And when we talk about Corey Smith right there, Trey giving up to Corey, it's like, and I said it before, but it's like he's in a phone booth. For kids that don't know what that is, it's when a phone was in like a closet, a glass closet, and you just go straight up and down. And it is picture perfect. It's almost as if his dad was a coach and a great shooter himself.
Yeah, it's almost like that was the case. Trayshawn Brooks, 9 points in the first half. As Trayshawn Brooks, we look here on KFJB-TV with a leaner, and he could almost have at least 15 or 16 points at halftime. He's just had a few shots pop out on him. Kyle Smith only made 1 3 in that first half. He has that at the break. Corey Smith with 8 and Rogelio Serra with 3. Leading scorer for the Southeast Polk Rams, Jackson Barton with 10, and all 8 of those 10 points came in the first quarter. Bobcats did a much better job in the second quarter guarding him in the paint, specifically Rogelio Serra in that matchup.
One thing that they were doing early, they were allowing Barton to initiate contact at the rim. They were giving him carte blanche just to do whatever he wanted, and then they'd come and body him up when it was too late. When Rowe went out quickly, Jacob Hayes came in, and on a couple occasions, both with Lust and Barton, bodied him up a little bit further out. And then when Rowe came back in and Corey Smith locked in, they were much better defensively. They weren't allowing Barton and Lust to create the contact at the rim. They were bodying them up 4, 5, 6 feet outside of the rim.
A.J. Schaefer with 2 at the break for Southeast Polk. Bodie Goodman with 5. 3 for Sam Zelenovich. Not Zelenovich. Grady Norris had 3 at the break, and Trey Lust with 4 at halftime. As the Bobcats trailing on their home court in the season finale, 26-23 is our halftime score. We'll check out the scoreboard, find out what else is going on around the state of Iowa when we come back. Halftime coverage on KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated, and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Assured Partners, power through partnership. Boy Scouts of America, Adventure On. Edward Jones, Zach Wall, your financial advisor in Marshalltown. Embers Retirement Community, independent living for active seniors. Honest Heating and Cooling, let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7.
At halftime, the Bobcats down by 3 up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. Let's get a scoreboard update, find out what is going on around the state. All brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Locations in Ames State Center and in West Des Moines. Dylan?
All these are girls' games. Grundy Center wins over South Hamilton 38-29. The school that Pete and Jane built, Newell Fonda, 73. AGWSR 27. Dyke New Hartford 59, Sumner Fredericksburg 36. Appleton Parkersburg wins 54-40 over Jessup. And I do have another girls score, Riceville 49. Gladbrook Rhinebeck falls with only 33. There is one boy score, and it crosses the Iowa-Illinois line. Keokuk defeats Quincy Notre Dame 55-45.
Wow, I had my money on who lost?
Quincy Notre Dame.
Yeah, I had my money on them.
So I do
take Notre Dame anytime, right?
I do have to tell you something.
Let's
hear
it.
As we see the cheer squad.
You missed me?
And definitely did. We see a cheer squad. They had the kiddie camp out doing things earlier.
Mm-hmm.
We had the wrestling cheer squad on, and I did promise next year that on Bobcat Live, they would teach you and I one of their over 100 wrestling cheers.
Why did you volunteer me for this kind of stuff?
Because I wanted to win their good graces and have them like me.
I don't think my daughter Phoebe will be young enough to be participating quite yet in that.
No, and then I had one of them do a cheer on air, and I quickly regretted anything that I had said.
Well, we have the second half coming up in just a little bit. We'll get Dylan's keys to the second half and adjustments when we come back. 26-23, the Rams leading your Bobcats inside the Roundhouse on KFJB-TV.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
As you walk inside, you know right away the place for fun is Wayward Social. There's always plenty of bowling action, so plan for your next outing to include bowling at Wayward Social. Also, meet your friends for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. You will also absolutely love their daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, including endless pizza by the slice. You choose the toppings. Wayward Social is now open at 11:30 a.m., 7 days a week. Wayward Social on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Coming up after the game, we'll talk with head coach Mike Apple in our locker room reports, all presented by Wells Fargo Advisors, and Laurel Diesel Services will bring you that interview. So 26-23 at the break. Bobcats down by 3. Second half adjustments for the Cats, Dylan.
Really quickly on defense, they've already done it, been able to create body contact out. I still would like that second defender to come quicker with Barton on the post. Offensively, we've done a lot of three-point screens to where we're picking just perimeter screens. I'd love to see Kyle on one of those fake going around and start back cutting, because there's been a couple times where back cuts are open as the perimeter defense of Southeast Polk has been pretty aggressive.
Well, the Bobcats looking to get their 11th victory of the season on their home floor, the season finale. It is very interesting, though. 4A Sub-State 7 first game. It'll be Bobcats at Southeast Polk on Monday night. I just can't get over that.
It's very weird. Now,
it's a little disingenuous.
Well, Coach Apple talked about this very thing because it's just weird. Just straight, he goes, I had a lot of coach friends text me and say, oh, man, this is terrible. How could they do this? And he goes, I don't know. I'm okay with it. You know, you get a really good, clear scout on who you're going to play. This is about
you like it from that angle,
yeah.
But every other angle, it just does not make sense. But
right, yeah. If you're looking just at the gameplay, they're going to know each other.
Yeah.
They're going to be ready for each other. And if this first half has anything to say about it,
have a good game Monday night.
It's going to be a good game. And
so
the winner gets Waukee.
Winner gets Waukee, that's right. 26-23, second half is coming up next. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to marshalltown.org.
I do not approve of that shot, Dylan, but that's fine.
I love it. Last night, she was so fired up. We got done with Bobcat Live. I'm hustling to get home. It was 7:03. The game had been less than 3 minutes old. She was at 8 points. I was like, I knew it, but I got home.
Frankie Long, by the way, for the girls basketball team wearing that.
I
think it's cool. The girls basketball team gets together every time Iowa and Iowa State women's basketball play each other, and they have a little party and a watch party. Great stuff.
The girls basketball team,
they do so much bonding stuff. I love it.
They travel in a pack. Don't mess with one of them because you're going to get all of them.
You'll get the claw. Bobcats almost turned it over, but Kyle Smith comes away back with the basketball as we are underway in the second half. Bobcats down by 3. Can they tie it? No. Off the iron, but Rogelio Sarin gets a rebound off of the Corey Smith's 3, and he goes right in unguarded. Misses it, but put back. Beautiful play by the senior Corey Smith. He has 10 in the game.
Even in my dreams, I'm not that athletic. That's the ability. He's able to get it, move, still release it before he even gets back down.
I think it's a sign. I don't have any dreams of me doing anything, accomplish anything athletically.
No, not anymore.
Mostly just like fear dreams of like being late for things.
Yeah, that or not trying to pull a muscle trying to do something.
That is true.
Those are the things I dream about. But the Bobcats are dreaming for a lead just down 1.
After opening up the second half, Corey Smith with a 2-point bucket. Bobcats back with it after a miss by Southeast Polk. Trayshawn Brooks out high, over to Giannetto, left wing. Dribbles to the free throw line, picks up his dribble, bounce pass, back to Trayshawn Brooks. He's going to drive in. 4 seconds on the shot clock, knocks down the bucket, and the Bobcats have the lead.
He and Corey both have the incredible ability just to get up and then hang.
A 3 to answer is off the right side of the iron. Kyle Smith with a rebound. Bobcats leading it now 27-26.
And you see there, number 4, Zelenovic, is still, his ankle doesn't seem to be 100%, but he's out there.
Rogelio Sarin was not paying attention. Goodman knocked it away from him, but luckily gathered it back in. Giannetto drives, bounce pass out to Trayshawn. He drives now down to the right block. Leaner, it floats out on the left side of the iron. Barton with a rebound, and Trayshawn's had that happen to him at least 3 or 4 times tonight where a shot has just rolled out and not gone down. Near side, Zelenovic feeds it. Goodman 3, and Southeast Polk takes the lead back.
And one of the things that they do well, any good scorer, especially if you're the main dude, if you can get the team going early, you know you're going to get yours later. And Goodman with a nice little go, wide open three, knocked it down.
2-point lead for the Rams now after the made three-point bucket. Rogelio Sarin gives it underhand to Corey Smith. Giannetto now has it on the left wing, guarded by Lust. Try to get it to Trey Brooks, but he was bombed. Now out to Kyle Smith. Under 10 on the shot clock. Dribbles down, now feeds it back out. 5 seconds. A long three. Giannetto's going to come up short up the left side of the iron. But hustling there was Trayshawn Brooks. He tried to get the basketball back, but Barton gets it, feeds it out near side. Goodman comes up, hesitates, now drives in, and that is a scoop and score from the left hit. And Goodman drops it in for 2 on the left side of the iron. And Trayshawn Brooks looked to be maybe bumped or something there. The officials stopped the play as they wanted to make sure Trayshawn Brooks was doing okay health-wise. Not sure. I didn't see exactly what
I didn't see exactly what happened. I'm wondering if it was just, hey, kind of calm it down a little, just kind of ease tensions before they boil over.
Giannetto with the basketball over the midcourt stripe. Drives to the left wing, gets a screen from Trayshawn Brooks, kicks Rogelio Sarin, and that three is going to not draw iron. 31-27, Southeast Polk with the with the lead. The Rams in transition. A drive down the left block. Schaefer, a swipe. The Bobcats miss on it, and Schaefer off the glass for 2. He has 4.
Seeing the last couple of drives on the last, Corey Smith just tried to jump out at Goodman, didn't go out with balance. On that one, Trey just tries to swat it late, doesn't actually go over and get in defensive position. Bobcats are being a little sloppy.
And a reach in as Trayshawn Brooks had the basketball at the top of the key. Schaefer will pick up the foul. That is his first of the night for the Rams. As the Rams leading it 33-27. Bobcats just had the lead a couple of minutes ago. And now the Bobcats throw it away. And a layup in transition, good. As taking it in is Grady Norris with the bucket. He has now 7 points in the game. Giannetto a little bit lazy on that inbound pass to Trayshawn Brooks, and they take it all the way for that 2-point bucket.
And this is where you wonder, a quick timeout's not a bad thing. Bobcats have really struggled out of here. Only 4 points in the first half of this third quarter.
And that's a 3 for Trayshawn Brooks. Near side, knocks it down, and the senior having a big night for the Bobcats. He has 14.
And what I said is take a timeout or just knock down threes, because that'll work too.
Drop it in to Barton, gets underneath the hoop, backs it out, right block. That's a good play. Barton for 2, he has 12.
And that's when they're able to exploit that. Really wonderful job by Barton to give himself give the passer a nice angle for an entry pass, and he's just so strong, and he was going to put that in. That close.
7-point lead for the Rams on top of your Bobcats inside the roundhouse. Under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Trayshawn Brooks almost loses the basketball. He's at the top of the key. Lust hesitates, drives. Lust is going to reach, and it's his third of the night. Third foul on Lust. Third team foul here in the third quarter. As we take a look at the replay on KFJB-tv. It's a 3. Last hit by Trayshawn Brooks. Kind of faked in and just pulled up and knocks it down as he has 14 points on the evening. Lust is going to check out after that foul as the Bobcats looking to cut this lead down. Trayshawn Brooks off the inbound. Putback is up and good as he catches it high. Has to hit the deck. Goes back up with it strong. And Trayshawn Brooks having a special night in the season finale here inside the roundhouse. And a check right there as Bodie Goodman on a drive. A foul's going to come in on Giannetto.
You see there just a little lob inside to Trey. Trey wraps it up and then just pogo sticks back up for 2.
Officials going to get together, and I think they're questioning whether the floor is okay or not. Inbound. Quickly put into Rex Smith as he's checked in after Trey Lust checked out, picking up his third foul of the game. Baseline drive. Couldn't go in. Kicks out right wing. Norris. 3. No good. And a one-hand snag by Trayshawn Brooks for the rebound. Up court to Corey Smith. Loses it. Now flips it underhand to Trayshawn Brooks. 2:15 to go. Third quarter. Bobcats down 37-32.
Bobcats have done a nice job of chipping back away at this lead. Getting a couple stops.
Giannetto drives to the left wing, kicks over to the far side corner. Rogelio Serra in the pass. They're trying to get it into the paint to Trayshawn Brooks. Nothing was open right there. Kyle Smith comes for the basketball. Drives down the left side of the paint, floats it up, and can't get it to go. But he draws a foul, and 2 free throws coming for Kyle Smith, a 72% free throw shooter.
One of the things you saw that when Carter picked up his dribble, he was expecting Kyle to cut baseline, and he just stood there. That's one thing that Kyle's going to learn. You have to look for more ways to score.
They'll rattle home the first free throw, and pivotal free throws here tonight. We have not seen the Bobcats go to the free throw line a whole lot. Trayshawn Brooks went in the first half, but that's the only trip. So Bobcats are now 2 of 3 at the stripe tonight and make it 3 of 4 at the line. And that one gets the Bobcats back within 3, Dylan.
They were able to do it. It all comes in the stops. It's about Carter Giannetto locking up in Goodman and not allowing easy post entries.
Goodman drives against Giannetto with a bump foul. His help defense came in there late. Was that Kyle Smith? No, it's going to be on Giannetto, as he will pick up his 3rd of the night.
Yeah, Carter just bodying up. He is giving up a couple inches, a little bit of weight. Body him up. Goodman does a nice job of being strong with the basketball.
Only 9.5 minutes to go in this one as Goodman dropped down the first free throw. His second free throw of the night. He's 2 of 2 at the line now. But again, I probably wouldn't imagine Giannetto's hitting the bench with only 9.5 minutes to go in this one as Goodman knocks down both free throws and extends the lead 39-34 up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. 1.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Trayshawn Brooks over the midcourt stripe, dribbles to the left wing, bounce pass out to the top of the key to Rogelio Serra now from Kyle Smith. He gets a handoff back with the basketball, drives down the right side of the paint, draws a foul again. 2 more free throws coming for Kyle Smith.
One of the things that we're seeing, this is a new crew for us, but they've allowed a lot of hand contact on the perimeter, so Kyle's not going to have that clear space just to rise up. Nice recognition by the sophomore, take it off the bounce and pick up the foul and get his points from the free throw line.
Free throw up, and it is good on that first one. Second free throw to come for Kyle Smith. And he is a perfect 4 of 4 at the stripe tonight to add to his line, 7 points in the game. 3-point game inside the roundhouse, third quarter. And Corey Smith with a nice knockaway. They were trying to go down to Barton, left block, but stolen away for the Bobcats. And Trayshawn Brooks comes away with the basketball.
A great job, and just the ability to save it in bounds was pretty incredible. Corey with a great play.
Trayshawn Brooks was looking to hand it off to Kyle Smith, but a miscommunication right there. Rogelio Serra flips it now to Trayshawn Brooks. Crossover, free throw line, picks it up. Wide open 3 on the way and knocks it down. His second one of the night. Number 1 in 4A with 3-pointers made. And Kyle Smith now 75 made threes on the season.
He was able to get 4 points from the line and then knock down a big 3.
A 3 to answer. It's an air ball. Kyle Smith with the basketball. A reach-in foul from behind. I believe that's on Grady Norris. And it will be number 5 of the night in the third quarter. So that means 2 free throws for the Bobcats. And exactly who you want at the line, Kyle Smith will go for 2. Tied in a 39-39 game up with the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard.
Last Friday night against Waterloo East, Bobcats did this similar thing, got down in that 5 to 7 point range, but kept battling back, getting defensive stops, not giving up. It's what you're seeing here tonight as Jacob Thiessen comes in for Carter Giannetto.
It's a 9-point third quarter for Kyle Smith. He has 12 on the night, and he has knocked down 6 free throws in this quarter alone. And the Bobcats have the lead, 41-39. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter as A.J. Schaefer brings it over the midcourt stripe as the Rams will play for the final shot here.
And really looking down, Trey Brooks is on Goodman with Giannetto on the bench.
Schaefer feeds, near side corner, Norris for 3, rattles it home, and Southeast Polk will have the lead as we head to the fourth quarter, as the Bobcats not able to get off a shot. As that the final one of the third quarter. Bobcats trailing at home as we head to the fourth quarter. It's 42-41 is our score as the Rams lead the Cats on KFJB-TV.
There's a city not far from here. The city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
One-point game as we head to the fourth quarter on KFJB-TV. Scoreboard update tonight, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Dylan, a lot of girls' games going on tonight.
Sure are. When you're looking at Riceville beats Gladbrook-Rhinebeck 49-33. Appleton Parkersburg 54, Jessup 40, Dyke New Hartford 59, Sumner Fredericksburg 36, Newell Fonda 73, AGWSR 27, and Grundy 28, South Hamilton 29, 38-29. Grundy Center with the win.
And it's been tight in this one. A one-point game as we start the fourth quarter. Goodman a drive as Southeast Polk with a basketball to begin the fourth quarter. Lust gets a rebound and the putback hangs on the iron forever. And he has his first bucket of the second half. He has 6 points in the game now. Bobcats down by 3. Corey Smith has it doink off his head, but the Bobcats gather it back in for a moment, but Southeast Polk comes away with the basketball. Now Goodman off of his foot, out of bounds, back to the Cats with 7:22 to go in the basketball game.
That was
almost a foul on the Bobcats.
That was crash derby all over the place. I would not have been frustrated with the foul call there.
Bobcats have been solid tonight, I feel like, but a little bit sloppy with the ball control at points.
Yeah, it seems Corey's has had trouble just catching the basketball.
Corey Smith, top of the key, feeds over to the left wing to Trayshawn Brooks. He's trying to find a little bit of a lane, crossover. Drives in, use it. Oh, I thought he was going to use the glass. Misses the shot. But Corey Smith with the rebound. Put back off the left side of the iron. Corey Smith hustles for the rebound. He gets it. Baseline. Drives in. Reverse layup off the right side of the iron. Boy, can't buy a shot on that possession right there. Did everything in his power to try to get the Cats a score. But in transition, the paint wide open for A.J. Schaefer. Puts it off the glass for 2, and just like that, it is a 5-point lead for Southeast Polk with 6.5 minutes to go inside the roundhouse.
And Corey just kind of let him go. It just no one picked up ball in the lane, and it was just Red Sea parting.
Backdoor pass, Kyle Smith there, draws the foul, and it's going to be on Barton. As Trayshawn Brooks picked his dribble up at the free throw line, cut down to the right block did Kyle Smith, and great job right there to draw another foul.
You see it right here. You remember in the third quarter, Kyle had that opportunity with Giannetto picking up the dribble, and he didn't back cut at the three-point line. There you see the back cut, and it gets himself right back to the line. Nice adjustment by the sophomore.
Kyle Smith, just a sophomore for the Bobcats. 6'3" sophomore. Doing dirty work at the line tonight. 7-7 to this point. And make it 8 of 8 at the free throw stripe tonight. All coming in the second half for Kyle Smith, and it's back to a 3-point game.
I love that he's doing it from the line, attacking the rim. It's really good to see.
Lost a bounce pass. He finds a good seam right there for Grady Norris off the right block for 2. Norris has had himself a nice night. He has 12, 48-43. Bobcats trailing. Trayshawn Brooks, a drive inside. Beautiful move. He felt Jackson Barton stepping in and just pulled up for 2. Trayshawn Brooks with 18.
He's just so good in the lane. So good with his body balance. Rowe, great job.
Huge steal by Rogelio Sarin defensively, and in the backcourt, Barton was stepping in, and head coach Apple wants a timeout. Cats are down 48-45, 5:28 to go in the basketball game on KFJB-TV.
Since 1967, Jensen Ford Lincoln has served generations of families around central Iowa. Quality vehicles, professional service, knowledge of our product, that's a part of Jensen. But what's more important to us is a trust that is passed down from every previous generation. Jensen Ford Lincoln wants to serve your family for generations. We want to be there for your first car. We want to be there for your family SUV. And we want to see you drive away in the Mustang you always dreamed of. At Jensen, we want to be here for you now and every mile along the way.
This is Jacob Thiessen. You're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
48-45, the scores. The Bobcats with a slim deficit here tonight. They have the basketball out of the timeout taken there by head coach Mike Apple after Rogelio Sarin came up with a really nice steal defensively.
Yeah, he just picked the pocket here in the corner, was able to save it back. Bobcats keep yo-yoing out to being down 5-7. We'll come back. Really like to see the Bobcats just execute and then keep it up with that defensive intensity.
Rogelio Sarin with the basketball. Give and go from Trayshawn Brooks. Back to Brooks, right wing. And Kyle Smith off of his fingertips. Turnover, Bobcats. Grady Norris up the far side. Feeds back for Goodman. And he has ice in his veins, and he's trying to tell the student section all about it.
He went Austin Reeves with the 3 on the veins. But really what happens is the Bobcats have had 3 unforced turnovers, and then they allow Goodman to step into a 3. You cannot allow that.
6-point lead for the Rams now. That's a huge shot by Goodman. Trayshawn Brooks drives inside, past 2 defenders, but comes up short on the left-handed layup on the left side of the bucket. And of course, it's Barton again. He's got to have a double-double. He's hauled in a lot of rebounds tonight for the Rams.
Along with 12 points. One of the things Trey's looking to score. Now defenses are crashing. I'd love to see Trey drive to pass now.
Lust drives, feeds, turnover. Bobcats pick off the pass, and they'll have to do something with it offensively. Kyle Smith, far side corner, dribbles left wing. Boy, again, just at times, really sloppy. I don't know if
really loose with the handle tonight. I don't know
if he's got sweaty hands tonight or what's going on. Dylan usually does.
I do. I'm nervous.
Constantly. Kyle Smith, 3, and back of the iron, knocks it down, his 3rd of the night. Single-handedly keeping the Bobcats in this one tonight.
Trey's got 18. Kyle now has 17, and Corey has 10 for the Bobcats.
Free throw shooting, though, still you go back to it's so clutch tonight.
Huge block by Corey.
Corey with a block, and coming away with it is his brother Kyle Smith, and Trayshawn Brooks gets the feed out as he'll trot over the Bobcat logo at midcourt. 3.5 minutes to go inside the Roundhouse on KFJB-TV. Dylan Does alongside me. I'm Brandon Lewis. Thanks for joining us tonight. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Trayshawn Brooks at the top. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Pulls up left high post, and that one off the back of the iron. Goodman with the rebound. And he's going to take his time to walk the ball up towards midcourt. 3 minutes to go now. And a timeout going to be taken by Alan Jenkins, his 6th year leading the Rams program. They're hanging on to a slim lead, 51-48 inside the Roundhouse on KFJB-TV.
At Honest Heating and Cooling, they take comfort seriously. Their latest offering? Smart Integrity Monitoring. Combined with an honest maintenance plan, it takes all the guessing out of home comfort. Their technicians take accurate measurements of all the necessary parameters and deliver you the truth about where your home's comfort stands. If you're not measuring, you're just guessing. That's honest. Get a Smart Integrity Monitoring plan and let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7. Honest Heating and Cooling.
What up, Bobcat Nation? This is Jose Vargas, and you're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
3 minutes to go inside the Roundhouse as it's 51-48. We have you tuned in tonight to our coverage here on KFJB-TV. And Southeast Polk takes that timeout. Goodman gets the inbound pass over to Lust as they work offensively with it. Lust down to the right block. Block shot. Misses it, but Lust gathers it back in as Corey Smith blocked his initial shot, and Lust with a 2-point bucket. bucket.
Oh, Corey went offhand, left-handed, met him at the rim, but Lust didn't get nervous. He just calmly grabbed it, gathered it again, and put it in for 2.
Giannetto, left wing, drives down to the right block, hangs it off the glass for 2.
Carter's done a nice job defensively all night, and there he gets his first bucket.
Back to within 3. 53-50 on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. Lust looking backdoor, left block, Norris. Kyle Smith against him, gets in the avenue of that shot. It's off the mark. Rebound for the Bobcats and out to Trayshawn Brooks.
Kyle did a nice job of playing good, solid post defense there, walling up, and then getting the rebound.
Trayshawn Brooks on the left wing. Feeds back to tie it. A laser at the iron. A little bit too flat on that shot right there for Kyle Smith. And it's still a 3-point lead with now 90 seconds to go inside the roundhouse. Yep. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout with them. Bobcats down by 3 on KFJB-TV.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hi, this is Lamar, and you're watching Bobcat basketball on KFJB-tv.
1:29 to go in the basketball game inside the Roundhouse on George Funk Court. Season finale, most likely, well, it will be the last home game of the season for the Bobcats. This will be a huge win to come back here against a team you're going to face Monday night in the postseason.
You want every single win that you can get. This win, if you had to choose between the two, of course, Monday night's more important, but tonight, last home game, Bobcats, Rams in a fight to the end. Bobcats need a big defensive stop here with 89 seconds left.
Southeast Polk on a 7-game losing streak. Your Cats on a 1-game win. Can't call it a streak, though, Dylan.
Yeah, they've got 1 win, 4 out of 5.
Yep.
Still not a streak.
3-point game. Southeast Polk with a basketball out of the timeout. Near side, Goodman, hand in his face. 3 is missed. Corey Smith comes away with a basketball, but Goodman hits the deck. A tie-up down low. Possession arrow is with the Bobcats. And now a minute to go. That was a huge break for Southeast Polk. 3 far side, and it's a 6-point game. Knocked down by Norris on the far side.
We cannot just grab the basketball. It's simple, grab it.
And a timeout. We'll take it with them down by 6. Bobcats going to draw up a play out of the timeout when we come back on KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a large array of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
.49 seconds to go in this one. Coach Brynjensen, assistant coach Mike Apple down there. They're drawing up a play. What are you getting here? You got to make a bucket.
Here it's going to be in Trey's hands. Again, I would come down. He's been able to get what he wants. They may do some weave action top, but it's all about getting Trey into the lane. Can you get all the way to the rack, or do you look to kick out for three-point shooters?
Ball will be put into the backcourt out of the timeout. Bobcats with the basketball down by 6. 45 seconds to go. Trayshawn Brooks, right wing, with the basketball. Kyle Smith off of a screen. 3 off the right side of the iron. It is no good. Goodman comes away with it, and that is a heartbreaker right there as Trayshawn Brooks will have to reach in. And this one is pretty much over because the Bobcats need to commit 4 more fouls, and there's only 33 seconds, and you're down by 6.
Yeah, that was a really well-designed play. They were able to get the wide-open three-point look without having to drive it.
Schaefer looking to inbound. Trayshawn Brooks will foul Bodie Goodman. That's number 2 on Trayshawn Brooks tonight. Second team foul here in the fourth quarter. Well, it'll be a disappointing loss, but you can avenge it just a couple days later on Monday night. These two teams will match up in postseason play. This is a really good game, though, tonight. Don't take anything away from the final score here inside the Roundhouse. And a foul will now finally be issued as the Bobcats were all over Grady Norris. Third foul.
Carter's going to come out for JT.
Bobcats had their chances tonight, though, especially just a couple seconds ago when they forced a turnover, and then the Bobcats threw it away, could not gather it back in, and Southeast Polk came away with it and knocked down a big 3.
Each time it got close, it was some dumb, unforced turnover each and every time.
Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here. 56-50 is our score up on the Marshalltown Ivy scoreboard. Let's get an area scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Dylan, what kind of scores do we have out there from Jeffrey 1 Brooks back at the KFJB radio studios?
Well, the regional scores, again, Brooksy, a big shout-out. They haven't changed so far tonight. Let's mix it up and start with the Illinois-Iowa clash. Quincy Notre Dame of Illinois loses to Keokuk 55-45. On the girls' side, Appleton Parkersburg 54. Jessup Jayhawks 40. Dike New Hartford 59. Sumner Fredericksburg 36. Newell Fonda 73. AG WSR 27. And then Riceville 49. And Gladbrook Rhinebeck 33.
Well, the Conference of Champions may be on the losing side of things here tonight against the CIML opponent in the Southeast Polk Rams, as the Bobcats out of the timeout right there taken by the Southeast Polk Rams. Rams will go to the free throw line momentarily unless the Bobcats are able to force a turnover. And down by 6 with 26 seconds to go. And Lusk gets the inbound pass, and probably who you want to see as Lusk, just a 46% free throw shooter coming into this one. That is the 5th team foul here in the 4th. 25 seconds to go in the game. 6-point game.
Bobcats double team Goodman on that inbounds. Making sure he wasn't the one to catch it.
See, I tell you, every time, the guy could be shooting 25% on the season, and they knock him down when they play the Bobcats.
It is true. It is true.
The guy could be 0 for 80, and he would make his free throws. Second one pops out. 7-point game. Bobcats only 3 shots. 18 seconds to go. And Trayshawn Brooks will lose the basketball, and that'll be it. Goodman comes away with it, and the Bobcats won't call off the Dogs. 11.9 seconds in the game.
Yeah, I think that one, folks, it's a wrap. It was execution late. It's stuff that you can't get too worked up about it. Coach talked about it Sunday. They'll have practice. They'll lock in game film. They'll know what they're going to do. And you get another bite at the apple on Monday, but you'll have to do it in a hostile crowd.
I mean, really, this game just comes down to turnovers.
It sure does.
I mean, I feel like the Bobcats probably win this game real tight. But, you can't turn it over. I don't know how many turnovers they have, but it feels like they've had at least
they've had them all in the wrong time.
15 to or so.
Well, you said the stat from last year.
10-1 was the turnovers.
10-1 is that Southeast Polk is not going to give you a lot of free possessions. Bobcats have given nothing but free possessions. Valentine's Day, again, was just a couple days ago, but we're not out here giving presents.
5 seconds to go. Trayshawn Brooks, a long 3, and that's off the front of the iron. Lust with the rebound, and that's your final score, 59-50, as the Bobcats fall inside the Roundhouse in the regular season finale.
Shows you how good the CIML is.
That is for sure. I mean, I was impressed. Southeast Polk, I think Alan Jenkins does a nice job with them. And they came in here and just did a nice job to go against the weakness of the Bobcats, especially early on, attacking them in the paint.
Yeah, the moment I saw Barton out on the court, I remembered him clear as day from last year. I was impressed with, he's physical, but he's skilled. He is not just a meathead kind of out there. He's a basketball player as well.
Yep.
And he really made his lunch early. And Bobcats did much better late, but the damage had already been done. And then Goodman got cooking a little bit late. Norris was fantastic. Grady Norris seemed to hit buckets.
Yeah,
we asked,
big points.
Yeah, we asked that question, all right, who outside of Goodman's going to score? And the Rams answered. They had 2 or 3 guys that put into double figures aside from Goodman, and a real good effort all around.
Oh, wow. Goodman, 1,000 points. Good for him. He accomplished that here tonight, I believe.
Not just tonight.
Not just tonight, but in his career.
Yes. His 3rd year. So you're thinking he's still got a senior year to go.
Yeah, that's impressive. He'll play somewhere.
Yeah, and he's got one more game this year.
Yep, for sure.
Just one.
Just one.
I feel good.
And that
game good Monday night.
That game will be Monday night against the Bobcats. We'll take a timeout and head to the locker room report. Coming up next, this is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Some drivers trade cars every year or every other year. Some drive their cars till they drop. Whatever kind of driver you are, Lennox Employees Credit Union is here to get you into the car for your style of driving. You're invited to go to our website, lennoxecu.com, for membership eligibility and loan rates, or call the office to talk to a loan officer. The loan process is quick and easy. Low auto loan rates from Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA.
Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse. Ribeyes and sirloins, aged, hand-cut, and served with your choice of 2 of Legends' legendary sides and a dinner roll. If you are a prime rib fan, Legends has prime rib every Friday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m. With 3 sides to choose from, it's chef-seasoned and slow-cooked to tender, juicy perfection. Try Legends prime rib, and you'll know why it's Marshalltown's favorite. Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
59-50 is our final score as the Bobcats fall to the Southeast Polk Rams tonight inside the Roundhouse. Leading score for the Bobcats, Trayshawn Brooks, 18. Feel that number could have been closer to like 25 or so because he had so many shots pop in and out, not able to get him to go. Kyle Smith had 17. Corey Smith with 10 for the Bobcats, Carter Giannetto with 2, and Rogelio Sarin with a first quarter 3. That was it scoring-wise for him. But special night for a couple of these guys that will not play again inside the Roundhouse in their career, pointed to Trayshawn Brooks and Corey Smith.
Yeah, they put it all out here.
Yeah.
Now, the effort was there, the execution was not. It was sloppy at points. Sloppy handle, things like that. But, yeah, for those 4 of those starters, 80% of our starters, this is our last game. Growing up, coming to games like that, as you see our old banner there.
I hung that sign about 3 years ago, I think, and it's still there.
Yeah, it's still there. Well, no one wants to climb those stairs again. That's the issue. I was talking to the communication director with the school district today, and she said on her visit to Marshalltown before she was hired, she got up and went up there, and she was like, if you're not afraid of heights, you will be by the time you get up there. It is up there. It is a jaunt upstairs.
All right, if you're listening on the radio side wondering, we have a banner hung up in the catwalk leading to the old press box.
And now we're just shooting random banners, but that being a very important
Star-Spangled Banner. 15 tonight for Bodie Goodman, 12 for Grady Norris, 12 for Jackson Barton, 9 for Trey Lust, and 6 for A.J. Schaefer for the Southeast Polk Rams. You're locked into the Locker Room Report. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, We've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
There's a city within a city not far from here. The city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Jensen Ford, with you every mile along the way. Legends American Grill, Marshalltown Steakhouse. Lennox Employees Credit Union, LennoxECU.com. Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown, more than ever. Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction.
Welcome back inside Roundhouse. A team photo out there for the seniors. As a nice moment for them. As, you know, really great senior class that won't be able to play in the Roundhouse again. Still have a postseason game on Monday night. But a big class. And not all those guys saw the floor each and every night. They meant a big deal when it came to depth and especially that practice component.
And each person that we've talked to on that senior class has all talked about, and the coaching staff, is what they do on the court is super important. 2 years ago, and last year even with injuries, we remember them not being able to go 5-on-5 in practice. This year they now have that third team in. It allows them to practice at a very high level, and those kids know how they're contributing, even if it doesn't directly result in a bucket on the court.
Coming up shortly on the Locker Room Report, we will talk to the head man for the Marshalltown Bobcats, Mike Apple, and we'll get that post-game chat in coming up in just a moment. First off, let's get a scoreboard update, a final one here tonight inside the Roundhouse, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Dylan.
I'm giving you all the good scores, and you may have heard them before.
Okay.
Grundy Center, 38, AGWSR, 29. Newell Fonda, 73, AGWSR, 27. Dyke New Hartford, 59. Sumner Fredericksburg, 36. Applington Parkersburg, 54. Jessup, 40. Riceville, 49. Gladbrook Rhinebeck, 33. And then on the guys' side, you have good old Keokuk. If you're from down there, you call it Kilcuck, 55 over Quincy Notre Dame. And, of course, Quincy hailing from the great state of Illinois.
It's great, huh?
Sure.
I don't remember that, but
they house my Bears. That's all I care.
We will take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll try to chat with head coach Mike Apple. This is the Locker Room Report, all presented by Wells Fargo Advisors on KFJB-TV.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Welcome in to Bobcat Live. We are inside Rosie's at Wayward Social.
KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Welcome back into Locker Room Report. Post-game chat is all brought to you by Laurel Diesel Services, your locally owned qualified diesel mechanics. Coach, final score 59-50. This was a really tight game throughout. Really good basketball game between two good teams. But late it just really the name of the game came down to turnovers in this one. It seemed like you guys, didn't have the turnovers kind of aspect. Probably would have been on the other side of this one.
Yeah, we had a bad turnover where one slipped through Kyle's hands there, and then one late where we lost one, and we need to do a little better job of executing. But before that, 2-3 minute mark, we ran some really good actions.
Yeah.
Had some really good shots, and we just didn't knock them down, unfortunately. Guys played extremely hard tonight. You can tell they don't want their season to end.
Right.
And,
No, yeah.
They're ready to go for Monday already.
Yeah, the effort was phenomenal, and being able to match up and do some things really well. I thought that, Jackson Barton kind of exploited you in that first quarter, but Rehalio Sarin and some other guys really did a nice job responding to that in the second and through the rest of the game, really kind of shut him down.
They did. Yeah, they did a much better job that second half. The whole game plan going in was trying to keep guys around him and to kind of take our chances on some other guys. And we got lost a little bit that first quarter where he got some really easy baskets where we're going to watch that on film, and hopefully come Monday, that'll be corrected, and it'll make it a lot harder for him.
Mm-hmm.
It really felt once the coaching staff got to see the game run a little bit, you made that adjustment. And throughout the year, I think one of the strengths has been making those adjustments post defense. But when you saw that started to come, and then Trey was able to get wherever he wanted here tonight. What can you talk about kind of Trey's mentality in that when the offense was kind of stagnating there for a while?
Yeah, what they were doing, a lot of times they were switching a lot of the guards other than 20. So we felt like once he got the mismatch, we kind of ran an action to him, and we told him, it's your time. Go make a play and get to the rim. And, he did a great job of that tonight. And then the film's going to be great for us. We just missed a lot of opportunities, a lot of 50-50 balls down the stretch where we had to get that ball, get on the ground, and we're reaching for it, and we can't have that happen. We got to make sure we get those 50-50 balls. I feel like we lost the majority of those tonight.
Yeah, that definitely is what we saw. It was those, and it'd be just that one play that would have just turned it over and just happened. But the one thing I did see that I really liked was Kyle getting to the line. There was an opportunity in the third quarter where Carter picked up his dribble, and you could tell he was looking at Kyle to back, but Kyle never did. Go to the fourth quarter, you get to the foul line, pick up dribble. What does Kyle do? Direct back cut. Get to the line. What can you talk about more of that aggressiveness to get to the line from your sophomore?
Well, him getting to being aggressive when they're guarding him that tight is huge, and just drawing that contact, and when he gets there, he's not going to miss too often.
Right.
So that's huge. Just being strong with the ball, understanding when a good time to drive and get fouls. That's huge for him, obviously, especially if he's having a hard time getting the open looks.
And my final question for you is talk a little bit about Carter Giannetto. Goodman got to step into a couple threes, which, of course, we don't want to see. But for the most part, Carter did a great job living in his airspace.
He did, and that was kind of his main job tonight. Was your job is to take away number two, and if you can do that, we'll have a good chance to win this game. And Carter did an awesome job of that. He got in some foul trouble and got 3 fouls. We kind of had to switch some other guys on him, but that's what it takes is making it really hard for him and seeing if other guys can beat us. Yeah,
it was a special night for some of those seniors, too. Trayshawn had 18, and Corey Smith had 10 points here tonight. We saw them all kind of take a photo a little bit ago. How special of a class is that to be able to have a game like this? I know on the losing end, but it was a great game on their last time playing on George Funk Court.
Yeah, it was great. They played extremely hard. And that's been the consistent thing for most of the season is these guys really care about it. They play hard. They play for each other. They're very unselfish. The biggest thing they want to do is win. And it's been a fun group to coach as far as that goes. And that how they were in the locker room, they don't want our season to end Monday. Right. They're ready to go, and they know we can beat this team with some adjustments, and we're fired up about it.
Yeah, it was right there. The apple's right there to grab from the tree for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Monday night you will take on Southeast Polk at 7 o'clock. We won't ask you about your opponent because we've already got a good look here tonight.
We're going to have a pregame? We're going to have a pregame?
We might have a little pregame on Monday. Get ready to go.
Sure. Talk about a golf game or something.
Yeah,
6:45 coverage will start. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. Look forward to have you along for that one. Coach, thanks for the time tonight.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that is head coach Mike Apple. Our postgame chat all presented by Laurel Diesel Services. We wrap up the locker room report next right here on KFJB-TV.
When Mike Overton moved to Laurel, Iowa, he had a vision to have a diesel repair shop that would support his growing family and passion for working on diesel engines. Being part of the East Marshall community means ensuring that farmers, truck drivers, and businesses run smoothly. With a large building and state-of-the-art equipment, Laurel Diesel Services is always up for a challenge. When your farm trucks, semis, or other diesel equipment requires maintenance or the occasional repair, take it to Laurel Diesel Services.
It's Adventure On for Marshalltown Scouting. Adventures like backpacking, ziplining, rock climbing, canoeing, swimming, and more. Survival skills for a Scout's greatest adventure, life. Scouts give back to the community. Marshalltown Scouts have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community in our 70-plus year history. Scout leaders are highly trained in Screen. Parents are a huge part of Scouting, too. Scouting provides unique opportunities available nowhere else. To learn more about Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure On.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Well, the regular season wrapping up here tonight inside the Roundhouse as the Bobcats fell to the Southeast Rams 59-50. Our next broadcast coming up on Monday night, a familiar opponent, Dylan, the Southeast Polk Rams in Class 4A Sub-State 7. Winner of that game will take on Waukee.
Looking forward to it. Already studied game film, so we're good to go. Cut down a little bit of time there. May get a look at it a second time. I'm looking forward to it. Tonight, we talked about it this week. We're going to know kind of what to expect Monday, and I think this is going to be fun. Yeah. I think Southeast Polk's excited to play. I know we're excited to play. Yeah. I'm expecting another battle very similar here tonight. It's going to be those 50-50 balls. It's going to be those turnover battles, and Southeast Polk won in both of those, and that's why they won tonight.
And we will have coverage starting around 6:45, tip-off at 7 o'clock Monday night as postseason tournament action gets underway. Thanks so much to our great staff here tonight. Jeff Brooks back at the KFJB radio studios, our producer back there. Our producer on site, Zach Tomish, on camera work tonight. Great work by Keith Stewart and Joe Cornwell. For Dylan Doze, I'm Brandon Lewis. Once again, a final 59-50. Southeast Polk takes down your Marshalltown Bobcats. We'll talk to you Monday night from Southeast Polk High School. You've been watching Bobcat basketball on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Today's game on KFJB-TV was brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Laurel Diesel Services, Calvin Rocket, your Marshalltown Hy-Vee, Central State Bank.